Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sophie, this is Jackpot Comic Talks, and today I am going to be telling you guys what I thought of the Jackpot one-shot that came out last month. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so first off, I know that I am in a different filming location. This is not a Beyond the Long Box episode because I will be showing you guys a comic and doing a review of it. However, my room is a mess. I'm just going to be honest with you. I am trying to redo things down there and it's a bit crazy and there's a lot of comics piled up because I had to, I yesterday just went to a comic shop a few towns away and sold a short box of comics that I didn't want anymore. And so I had to empty a short box to put all of the comics I was selling in there. And then those comics are all piled everywhere, plus the comics I didn't have room for because I had to buy 2 more short boxes. And I was tired last night, so I did not put those away. So my room is a mess. I'm just going to be honest. There's a lot of crap down there. So I'm filming up here, but like I said, it's not a Beyond the Long Box episode. It's just a normal episode of my channel, I guess, but I am sitting in the dining room. But anyway, that's kind of besides the point. I have just finished reading Jackpot, and if you guys know me or have watched a single video on this channel or happen to know me in real life, you will know that Mary Jane is like my favorite comic character ever. I absolutely love her. I have cosplayed her before. I love reading about her. Even versions where she sucks, I still like reading them because it's Mary Jane. She's just my favorite. And I was excited to read this because while I have not really been reading the current Amazing Spider-Man run, I know that Mary Jane's been a big part of it. Whether or not it's all good is kind of up to the opinions of the reader. I have not so far been a fan of her character in this run, mostly because she's with that Paul guy and that's not Peter, and that irritates me. But at the same time, I feel like people have been making her out to be the villain almost in this story between her and Peter's relationship. And slight spoilers ahead, so if you haven't read that, and I guess you want to, I would skip forward just a little bit. But I guess, and again, I haven't read this, so if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me, but I guess that she was in this alternate dimension type thing, and Peter was trying to rescue her, and for him it was a couple of days, but for her it had been years. So she has moved on. She has this boyfriend, partner, his name is Paul. They had some children that weren't biologically theirs. They were just raising them. I guess they found them in this alternate dimension. The kids disappeared. It was this whole thing. Mary Jane was supposed to die. It wasn't Mary Jane. It was actually Miss Marvel, who looked like Mary Jane. And it was this whole thing, and people had some very strong opinions about it. But I know that for a long time, if you would Google Mary Jane or current Spider-Man storyline and stuff like that, all this hate was towards Mary Jane and the fact that she was choosing Paul over Peter. But my understanding of it is she had been away for years, and yes, Peter was attempting to rescue her, but she didn't know that. It had been literal years for her, whereas it had only been a few days or something for him, or a few months. I don't remember. Again, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But so I don't understand why people are why doesn't Mary Jane just get back with Peter? Why is she still with Paul? Well, she's been with him for years now. Okay, I mean, I kind of get it, but people also love to hate on Mary Jane. I am not one of those people. I understand that she's, I wouldn't say a controversial character at all, but people just have very strong opinions about her. Some people are indifferent. Some people absolutely love her, like me, and some people just despise her because she's her and she's confident in herself and she knows who she is, and sometimes she screws up and she kind of has, she doesn't think about some things when she says them. But I think that's what makes her her. And I will always and forever say that Mary Jane, I know that some people love to compare Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy, but in my mind, Mary Jane will always be superior because all I think Gwen Stacy is good for is dying. She was a perfect character. She was the perfect girl, perfect girlfriend for Peter, but she was only there as an emotional, trigger for us to be sad when she died. Mary Jane was always herself. She had flaws. She had character development. She was there for Peter, but sometimes she was angry with him. I think she's a superior character, and now this video is turning into something else. I just realized that. I should probably take a breath and recollect myself. It's probably a good idea. So, literally all of what I just said aside, I was excited to see what they were going to do with Mary Jane in this series as Jackpot. Now, she does not technically have superpowers that are her own. She is getting them through this gauntlet that Paul has made for her, and it's very themed around Jackpot because of her iconic first line of "Face the Tiger, you've just hit the jackpot." Now, I actually love that for her. I think it's very cool. I love the name. I love the idea behind the powers, that she doesn't just have superpowers randomly. She wasn't hit by a beam from outer space and now she's mystical and magical. She has to work to get these powers because there's technology behind it that sometimes, goes buggy, or, she's in this issue, she's fighting Electro, and it kind of shorts out the gauntlet, stuff like that. I think it's an interesting way to give her powers. One thing that I'm not a huge fan of, let me see if I have a cover I literally bought every variant cover for this. I mean, I don't know, honestly, who would think I want it. I mean, I'm me. I'm gonna buy all the variant covers. I think this one shows it pretty well, or I can put some pictures of her outfit up on the screen if it doesn't show up too well. But Mary Jane has always been very fashionable, very up with trends, very I don't know. I just feel like this outfit isn't necessarily her style. If I could redesign the Jackpot suit, I would. I am not a huge fan of it, especially like the top. It's odd to me. It's not my favorite. It's not the biggest deal because I don't think it's absolutely hideous and atrocious. It's just not my favorite and not my personal choice for Mary Jane, who's been a model and who's, like I said, up with trends and stylish and stuff like that. That being said, I did just finish reading Gang War Jackpot. So this is not, I thought this was going to be something a little bit different. I thought it was going to be a one-shot all about Jackpot, and it's almost more of like, so they had Amazing Spider-Man, which had this gang war plotline that branched off into a bunch of different series, and it was like, you had your Amazing Spider-Man, and then you'd get an issue of Daredevil, and you'd get an issue of She-Hulk, and you'd get an issue of Jackpot, and it was all of like these interconnecting stories for this one big plotline. Now, I originally intended to read all of that, but when I saw how many books went into it, I said no and unsubscribed to it because I don't have that kind of time to read all of those comics, nor do I have the money to spend on all of these one random issue comics that I might not even like. I learned my lesson with Night Terrors. I have quite a few of those. I have not read them all. I know some of them were not very good. And it was just a lot. It was a lot. And if I'm not reading the She-Hulk current storyline, I don't really want to get a random issue just because I'm reading Amazing Spider-Man. I can see the fun in interconnecting stories and comic runs, but at the same time, sometimes it gets a bit annoying when it spans over like 10 different ones and I'm not already getting those books because then I have to go out and find them. Big breath here. Hold on. Sometimes I get going and I forget to breathe. But anyway, I thought this was going to be a little bit different. I did not realize when they first announced it that it was going to be so heavily involved with the gang war storyline. I thought it was going to focus on Mary Jane and Jackpot, which it does, but not completely. Now, again, I am not reading the current Amazing Spider-Man run. I have been getting some of the issues because if Mary Jane as Jackpot is in there. I do want to have that arc. I am kind of regretting that choice and might stop subscribing and then just eventually get trade paperbacks if I want to, because honestly, I really dislike the art and I don't enjoy the story, so why am I buying them? Anyway, this video is supposed to be about this comic. Oh my god, so many like side rants. Anyway, I have just finished reading this. I thought it was good. I actually did enjoy it. It is written by Celeste Bronfman? Celeste Bronfman. I think that's correct. I don't know. If it's not, let me know. The art is by Joey Vasquez? Yeah. And the color artist was Edgar Delgado. I thought the art was great in this. Towards the end, for like, I don't know, 5-6 pages or something. Okay, a little bit more than that, like 8-10 pages. It randomly switches artists, and I did not like that because it was at the very end and it was extremely random, and I just didn't like it. It's not bad art, but I didn't like it as much as the previous art, so I thought that was really weird. It kind of took me out of the story for a little bit because I was just left wondering why we randomly needed it to switch up when this is a one-shot. If it was like multiple different actual issues, I would understand if the artist changed, but it's like it's one comic, so I don't know why it changed randomly at the end. But I thought the art in the beginning was good. Here you can see this is just the very first page. If this is blurry or has a glare, I will just put a picture of it over this. But you can see the outfit pretty well with this. I thought that the art was really good. I did enjoy it. It's very simple, but I like that. Here you can see Mary Jane. She's sitting next to Paul. And I loved the way she looked. I thought it was simplistic, but I thought she looked really good in this style. And I liked the, it made me dislike the suit a lot less, because I did like this style of art, so I didn't think it looked that bad. That being said, I thought the story was good. It wasn't the most like, you know, crazy, amazing story that I've ever read, but I mean, it's one comic. She's a new superhero. She's new to this. She makes mistakes, and I thought that it was good. You do see Spider-Man in there and She-Hulk for a little bit. They help her out. She helps them out. I thought it was good, and I know I had seen a few videos, and one in particular was like, I won't like mention who it was, but it was like, is Jackpot the worst comic of the year already and stuff like that. Now, I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I have read a whole hell of a lot worse than this. I mean, say what you want about Mary Jane, say what you want about the current Spider-Man run. This was not that bad. I mean, I have read a lot worse, both DC, Indie, and Marvel, and it wasn't that bad. Like, I feel like some people just like to hate on things, and I think that's what this was, because I enjoyed it. And maybe I'm a little bit biased because I am a big fan of Mary Jane, and I like to see different versions of her, because if you have a character that's always the same, it's gonna get boring. I mean, come on. I don't want to see the same iteration of Mary Jane every single time we come out with a new comic run. I want to see her in different ways, different versions, different ideas, and I like this. I absolutely love the Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows run. I haven't completely read it. I'm missing a few issues at the end that I need to buy and get. But I also couldn't find the trade paperback, so I'm collecting the single issues. So there's a few that I'm missing that I need to read. But she has powers in there. She's Spinnerette. They're more like Spider-Man themed powers, essentially. But I love seeing that version of her. It's something new. It's something different. It keeps it exciting. And I think that's what this is too. What if Mary Jane was a superhero? Well, now she's Jackpot. And I think if people would take a step back and appreciate that we're getting to see a new version of Mary Jane, I think people would actually like this. But no, I don't think it's the worst book of the year so far. Do I think it's the best one? No. Did it fall short of my expectations? Not really. I wasn't expecting anything huge. I wasn't expecting anything big. I thought it was good. I have no idea what's going on with gang war, and I can also see that if you're reading Amazing Spider-Man and all of these gang war tie-ins, and if that plot line is sucking, you might be more apt to hate this because maybe it really does suck, and I just don't know because I'm not reading gang war. But as an individual comic, I thought it was good, and I'm excited to see what happens with this character. I know that I don't know if it tells you when. It does not, but they are coming out with a Jackpot and Black Cat series. The Mary Jane and Black Cat Beyond was extremely good. It's one of my favorite one-shot comics ever. I highly recommend it. It's funny, it's fast-paced, it's good. I love it. And there was also the Dark Web Jackpot or Mary Jane and Black Cat series. It's one of the first modern comic like runs that I subscribed to and started collecting. Before that, I was just buying old Teen Titans books. So I've always liked that one, just because it's one of the first ones that I read. I don't think it's as good as the Beyond one, but anyway. So I am super excited for that because I love the pairing of Mary Jane and Black Cat. I think they're so fun together. Their energy is just, it's a joy to read, to be honest. So I am super excited for that series. But yeah, final thoughts. I thought it was good. I thought it was worth a read, whether you're reading gang war or not. Am I going to scream from the rooftops that this is the best comic ever? No, I am not. But I don't think it deserves to be like absolutely trashed on. And I did enjoy, this is the cover A normal cover. And then I obviously picked up all the variants. So there's this one. I apologize, I don't know all the artists for these. But there is this variant cover that I liked. I really loved this one. I thought it was super pretty. And I think this is one that you could have got as a virgin variant as well. There was this variant. And finally, there was this one, which I thought the colors were really cool on this one. They really popped. It was pretty cool. So those are the variants that I picked up along with the regular one. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Jackpot one-shot from earlier this year. It came out last month. I am a little bit behind on this, but I've also been very busy. And once April hits, I will be a little less busy. So hopefully I will have more consistent posting, more consistent videos, and I will be able to read comics a little bit faster as they come out. But thank you guys for watching. This was a very long, rambling video. There's probably going to be a decent amount of editing for me to do in this. But thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys thought about Jackpot in the comments below. Did you read it? Did you skip it? What do you think about Mary Jane in this current run? What are your thoughts? I would love to hear what you guys are thinking if you're reading it. That all being said, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You guys can follow me over on Instagram at jackpotcomictalks. It's the exact same as my YouTube channel name. I post a lot of different random things there. Thank you guys again for watching. As always, I hope you hit the jackpot with the next comics that you get, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!